I don't know where open. I mean, I ain't got the money to go skating, but I want to go skating. I got roller skates. I can just go outside and skate. I have nice roller skates. I'm headed to take a bath and ready for bed. It's been a few months since I've been skating. I've actually not even been going to the gym because I'm trying to put on weight. I really do think that weightlifting like kicked off my metabolism, and now I'm having issues eating. So like my metabolism's going and I'm not eating, so I'm losing weight and it stresses me out. I need to be at like 140, 135, 140. That's my goal weight. I'm at 127 right now. And I actually flip-flopping somewhere between like 125 and 130 when I get super stressed out. It's so frustrating to have to go hunt down Wi-Fi, waste $50 upwards in gas to do so. I mean, just on the phone with you guys today, we went to 3 different spots and I could not find Wi-Fi, remember? Imagine waking up and you got to go through the hassle of that before you can even go apply for a job. And then you sit there after you done hunted this darn place down, wasted all your gas, trying to find Wi-Fi so that you can get on the computer. You go through all that trouble. You fill out hundreds of job applications. Or maybe you just do 2 or 3 in one day. You set everything up to do some interviews. You go through their 2 or 3 step verification process. Some of these places ask for the craziest things. They want the craziest things. I'm like, why do you need my high school diploma? It's Piggly Wiggly, ma'am. It's Piggly Wiggly. But okay, I'll drive all the way to damn Sand Hills to get a copy of my diploma. So anyways, you set all these things up. You go through their 15 billion hoops. And then the day that you're supposed to interview with them, they say that they're going to Zoom you. But they never Zoom you. So then you make a phone call to try to figure out what's going on, and you send an email and you never hear anything back. I would say somewhere between 20 to 25, maybe upwards of that % of my applications, I set up an interview and then I just don't get a Zoom call after they see my resume, and I send all of my information over. Once they have that social security number and my birth date and my full name and date of birth, it's a wrap. They don't even courtesy be like, oh yeah, I mean, at the very least, lie to me. Be like, we changed our mind. We're not hiring anymore. Like, I hear that a lot, too. I hear that a whole lot. That's a top excuse. Some of my top excuses are, oh, we're no longer in hiring. We've already filled that position. We're not actually hiring. It's an old ad, but it says that the ad was posted yesterday. Fake job ad. What's another good one? I don't know. They just don't call at all or tell you anything, or you just don't, nada. You just don't hear anything. So, yeah. That sucks. So you wake up and do it again. And I do actually have interviews next week. I got to actually go in person to 2 different places, in 2 different areas. So you take what you can get when you get it. But it sure does get old hearing the same shit. The same excuses. I could so understand if I had had a criminal charge in the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But I haven't. I could understand if I hadn't been clean for as long as I have. But I have. I've been clean for years with no relapses. Not even one slip up. And I'm tired. I'm so tired. Like, I literally am at a point where I just want to give up on this truck. I just want to give up. Like, what am I fighting for if nowhere is going to hire me? I'll never be able to make enough money off of YouTube to support myself. This is not a viable form of income anymore. Anyone that thinks it is, they probably have millions of subscribers. This is not, You know, I see some of my favorite creators out here opening up other channels because their channel is doing well, but apparently, supposedly, allegedly, YouTube does not pay like it used to. So it's not like I will be able to do anything with this at a later time, financially speaking. I'll never be able to live off of it. Now, you got certain creators like Bailey Sarian. She blew up overnight, okay? That's different. And she actually fell into like a little weird niche. Like, she branched out on two separate things at one time, and that's what made Bailey, her channel, blow up. I see the pattern. Due to the fact that she branched out so much, she did true crime and makeup. Because she was reaching two different audiences, her channel blew up because she was working on two different things at once. She compiled things in a video. So, like, if you're able to do that, absolutely. And I've done that. I touch on a lot of different things. But what I'm saying is I'm not good at editing. I'm not good at... Hell, I'm not even good at communicating half of the time. But at the same time, y'all really be knowing what I mean. So, are you not good at understanding, or am I not good at speaking? Because I feel like I'm pretty damn clear. And matter of fact, I'm tired of reiterating myself. Like, so tired of reiterating myself. If you ain't got with the program now, I don't know. All of the information is there to all of your questions. It's there. I'm an open book. I have been since I started this channel. But what I'm saying is that I don't know. I don't hear good things about YouTube money. It's unfortunate. I thought it was different, and then I start doing digging, and I'm like, dang. And then I start reading contracts, and I'm like, dang. And then I'm like, dang. They taking 30%. That's what the strip club takes. Who am I working for again? I don't know. Maybe, I'm about to ovulate. I suffer from PMDD. If you don't know what that is, that's premenstrual dysphoric disorder. That means for 3 weeks out of a month, I am emotionally all over the place because of my period. So add that to the list of other things. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Mental health. Gotta love it. It really sucks. I do know that most people in my situation suffering from all of the disorders that I do on a daily basis, I know most of them would have been done drive off a damn bridge by now. Because it's a daily struggle not to. When you do so well and you change so many things, and I've had this problem since I was a child. I just don't understand why things the way that they are. But the world is an evil place. And things that are celebrated right now that they shouldn't be celebrated. Bad people are praised. The good people are looked over and they're shitted on. And I'm tired of being nice. I don't know why I'm nice. I need to stop being nice because I've been such a nice person. Maybe that's my problem. I'm too freaking nice. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys see me as an asshole because I'm honest. Has anything I've said been a lie? I'll wait. Exactly. Everything I'm saying is true. This whole economy, everything we got going on out here, the people that we celebrate, the people that we overlook, it's bullcrap. And it can all be changed. Where is my card? There it is. Yeah, so the lady didn't even call me back. I sent an email. I haven't heard anything back, but I don't have Wi-Fi now, so I don't have the luxury of checking that email and seeing if she responded. I had 2 other places that I haven't even heard from. Both of them said they were going to give me a call. One said later in the afternoon, and when I texted him, he didn't even respond. Another one said like 2:10 or 2:15. Never even heard anything. The amount of gas that I wasted just setting that up to not hear anything back is pretty devastating for me. And I get sick of it. And I'm sorry if I'm a bitch, but there's going to come a point next year where y'all going to start sounding like me. I hope not. I really hope not. I really hope not. We'll see. There comes a point where you get sick of shit. And it gets so frustrating. going in circles every single day, doing the right things, abstaining from drugs, not breaking the law, doing what society told you to do and said you'll get rewarded if you do the right things in life. So when do the fucking rewards start? That's all I'm wondering. Because I am tired and I'm about to lose the only fucking leg I have left to stand on. And there's nothing too good. I'm not putting myself in the situation to get strong. Those are bad. And if you don't, then regardless, it's a sin. Chevrolet, you can have your truck back. I'm going to keep my soul and I'm done with the bullshit. I'll become a nomad. I'll live off the fucking land. I don't care, but I'm over it. And I'm also over these fucking interviews. I'm over it. I can't do any more interviews. I wasted $40 worth of gas running today. Just trying to catch up with these people. Keep in contact with these people that said they were hiring. That said that they had an interview for me. That said they were calling me. That never called. And I'm sure that if they do call, they'll be like, oh, we've already filled the position. Oh, sorry, I thought so-and-so got in touch with you. I thought this person got... Bullshit. Bullshit. You saw my record. You saw my record. Let me reiterate. It is multiple felonies. Multiple. It's not just one. Okay? Some of them I caught in pairs. Drug charges, possession of heroin. Things that we now realize maybe we don't need to start, maybe we need to chill out with, charging drug addicts who have addiction with felonies to start with. Maybe we should start with offering them treatment and showing them a better way of life. Not locking them up and giving them no treatment so when they get out, they go right back to drugs. We have a broken system and I'm a part of that system and I grew up in that system and I was raised by people from the system and I'm sick of it. And all of my fight is gone. All of it. All I'm focused on now is suing these people that have my money. I have 2 different people that have large sums of money that they owe me. They know it. I have evidence of. I've had 2 attorneys look over the evidence. I've had government officials tell me, why have you not sued? What are you doing? And I'm like, listen, I don't have the $135. So that's what I'm focused on now. I can't keep going in circles. And those interviews that I have next week, most of those are in Clemens. That's like hours away. So I can go, but I'm going to get stuck in fucking Clemens. It's like, what am I doing? What is the point? Y'all, I done started smoking cigarettes again. I have no choice. All of my money goes to gas. I think I have $35 in my Cash App. 25 of that came from somebody, Ken. He sent me 100. I spent 75 on gas. And then I had Pisces Babes, I think it's her husband or something, sent me $10. So that's $35 I have left over. I have to what? I'm supposed to go put that in my gas tank tomorrow and go look for more jobs? You think that's more beneficial than what I've been? I mean, that does not sound, it's so counterproductive to keep going in circles, doing interviews when it's clearly plain to me that I am unhireable. Something on my record is a red flag and they're like, and that's fine. I can't do nothing about it. I'm better off spending that $35 going and buying something in Goodwill and reselling it online for a damn profit than running around working for these damn people. Wasting my gas. Going to interviews where they don't even care if I show up. Don't even give me a courtesy call. Thanks, Piggly Wiggly. Like I wanted to work for you guys anyways. Fucking $8.25 an hour. That wouldn't even have covered my gas to get there every day. The irony of me doing fucking interviews and jobs that are not even going to pay my bills. I just saw another kid on here, and I say kid because he's like 25. He posted a video 3 days ago. It said, I'm working 3 jobs, and I hate life or something. Or I'm working 3 jobs, and I'm barely holding on. I'm working 3 jobs, and I hate life or something. It's so sad. That kid should not be out here having to work 3 jobs just to maintain his life. And I was right there with him 3 months ago. Back in November of last year, I was working 5 jobs. I actually started my own little side business. I was buying and reselling furniture, refurbishing furniture. I know how to do that. I was working at the winery. I was working for a dispatch. I was dispatching trucks for a furniture company. What else was I doing? Oh, I was doing the house sitting gig. This was all at one time. What else was I doing? Oh, I was also going to school full time, or I was taking classes. I took 2 classes that semester, but it was a full year, you know. So there was something else, and I can't even remember. Anyways, pretty much when I got clean, I refused to have sex with my abuser, and he evicted me out of my house because we never switched the deed over into my name, even though I paid for the house. And he kicked me out because I kept refusing to have sex with him. I couldn't afford living in Charlotte. I couldn't afford living in Florida. I moved to Florida and lived in my car for a year. It was impossible. My AC broke. It was 125 degrees. So I had to go move back to my house. He wouldn't move in with his wife. He kept refusing. It's just a way for him to be in my presence. So I had to move back in, and he wouldn't stop pestering me. He physically attacked me. I called the law. They threatened to take me to jail. I've talked about that on here before. Once you have a record, it doesn't matter. You are the one that is always going to go to jail. Once you have a record, even in situations where there could be camera footage, you still might be the one that goes to jail. I need clothes. But he physically attacked me. They threatened to take me to go to jail. And then he put in court papers to get me evicted out of my own home, and I didn't have money to do anything about it at the time. I still don't. He's living in my house, driving my car with my money in his Roth RIA money market account, and I can't do anything about it until I can sue him. Even though I have all the paperwork, text messages, years of evidence, notarized paperwork for land, even though I got all of that, now I can go put a lien against his land. I absolutely can. I can go down to the register of deeds. I can go to the clerk of court in front of the magistrate and put a lien on his land. I absolutely can, but I don't have the money for that. I'm just going to throw something on for Planet Fitness. You know, he wants me to lose my vehicle so that I have to move back in with him, but I hate to tell him and Dave, I don't care. I will never move back in with either one of y'all. I don't love y'all. I gave y'all years of my life, and y'all gave me access to drugs, got me strung out on drugs, put drugs in my body. No, that's not love, and I will never go back to that again. So if I have to lose my truck, I just lose my truck. I can't do nothing about it. And matter of fact, both of my abusers would love that, and they think that I'm going to come crawling back, but it'll never happen. I'm not going back into that type of situation ever again. I didn't deserve to be in it. And matter of fact, I was trapped into it. I was essentially kidnapped and hostage for decades because I didn't know any better, because I didn't have family to guide me. These people swoop in and get me strung out on drugs and freaking give me access to weapons and cars and money on purpose. I'm not the first Need I remind you that Tish was so happy she hung herself in our $1 million house. Narcissist. They're attracted to people that have high levels of empathy, high levels of intelligence, people that can sympathize. And it's crazy. Naive. She was in a bad situation when she met Dave, and she fell for his shit, and she ended up dead. And that is all that I would ever have being around those people. That's where I would end up. That's what they want, because they know that I don't love them in the way that they love me. And they don't love me like they think they love me. They love me in a possessive, controlling way. It's not love, honey. But I'm talking about men that would rather me be dead than free. Tish being dead is living proof of that. This girl hung herself in a $1 million house. She was so happy. I wish that I would have paid more attention to that when I started dating this man. I'm gonna throw this trash away. I cleaned out my car. But I didn't. I just thought, oh wow, he wants to help me. He loves me. He's gotta love me. He wouldn't do this unless he loved me. Oh, he doesn't want me to be sick. He loves me. Oh. I remember over the years, I wanted to get away from my abuser, number one, but I also at some point wanted to get away from Dave. And when they won't let you work, you have no way to get away because you don't have any money. And when everything's in their name, which they do intentionally, you'll never be able to have anything in your name, ever. It's just like when women get married, yeah, you'll never, That's his shit. You know what I mean? They make sure of that. So if you want to go to leave, you can't. I never was able to work when I was with Dave. He wouldn't let me. Unless I was working for him at the club, running the club. Helping out with stuff around there. But like clockwork, I had my money for dope every day. But several times over the years, I wanted to get clean, and I didn't know how to get clean. But I knew that in order to get clean, I'd have to get away from them. So glad that I got away. And it's crazy, because after I cut them out of my life, I've had no problems with sobriety. Not once. I don't even think about drugs. Ever. I haven't even had a craving since I got clean. It's because I got all the triggers out of my life. I'm not getting sexually assaulted and abused on a daily basis anymore. I don't have to deal with fucking weirdos on a daily basis causing me to want to do drugs. It's amazing. But if you're in any situation like I'm talking about, you're going to have to, if you want to get clean, you have to get away from this person. Whether it's a man or a woman or whatever, anybody that's giving you money for drugs does not love you. That is not love. They are trying to kill you, honey. Maybe not intentionally, but I really used to equate that to love, though. And I fell for it. Because once again, I was a child. No shocker. At this point, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess local businesses I can walk into, the area that I'm in and ask if they're hiring. But I can't keep spending. I said this last week, and here I am this week doing it again. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Nowhere will hire me. The clubs are trash. The good clubs are down south, and I'm not going down there. My tires are bald. I've not had an oil change. And the 1st of August is here already, which means that my gym membership gets cut off next. Then my storage facility. And here's my concern. If they take my truck and all of my stuff from my truck is in the storage facility, then what happens if they take my storage? I'm like, you know, it really sucks. Like, I knew this was coming. I was complaining about this last November. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got this $4,000. I'm going to pay my bills in advance. That's what I did. And I started looking for work. And here we are, almost a year later, and I've spent upwards 35, 40 grand on gas in a year. 330 something interviews. Over that now. Hell, these people didn't even call me. I mean, I texted to the 2 guys this morning and I said, hey, what time do you think this will be? Because I was trying to plan my day. And neither one of them texted me back. And I was like, well, maybe they're busy. They'll probably just call me, surprise me. You know, it'll be a surprise call. No. Nothing. Cricket. Hell, if I can move to another country, I can work. They're not going to be doing freaking background checks in Bali. I can promise you that. Not unless I'm working for some damn, you know, I don't know, some company. You know, a restaurant position in Bali, you're not going to need, they're not going to run a background check at some little tiki bar resort type place. Like, you know. And most companies do nationwide background searches now. They have a whole company that does that. Like, I can't believe, that's what I'm saying. That's another thing that my boss was telling me from the winery. She was like, lie, just lie. And I'm like, girl, you just grimy, ain't you? That don't make you sick to just lie like that? Lack of conscience, go figure. I'm not lying to a new employer. I shouldn't have to. They should be accepting of the fact that it's been years since I called any charge. Regardless of what the charge is. Like, I could understand if it was like a robbery charge, if I'd robbed somebody at gunpoint. Absolutely, that's completely different than a fist fight at 18 years old with 2 other girls. That's completely different. This was a stupid teenage fight that went way too far. And I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong if I committed the crime. Absolutely, I was wrong. But, like, that's completely different than armed robbery when you stick a gun in somebody's face and demand money from a place, you know? That's a lot more dangerous than a stupid teenage fight, in my opinion. And once again, I think that we should focus more on the time since a person who has been convicted of a felony has been convicted of something. Why are we still telling these people that they can't work? Why do you think they go out here and start selling ass on the street? I just had an epiphany. Why do you think they keep reoffending and going and committing another fucking armed robbery? I talk a lot about the black community due to the fact that I face a lot of the same issues that they face. And I have my entire life. I've been discriminated against. I've been beat by the police. I've been incarcerated for crimes that I never committed. The list goes on. Served 5 years in maximum security prison. The list goes on. It's not fair. I've went into a lot of job interviews and the employer was an asshole from the go. To the point that I wanted to crawl under the table and start crying because of how rude they were to me. I'm sick of dealing with unsavory people that have no respect for others, because when I'm out here living my day-to-day life, I am kind to everyone. Regardless of who they are, what they've been for, or what they stand for, what they've been through. I'm nice to everybody. And it is your ethical duty as a human to be nice to others and treat others the way that you would want to be treated. It's your ethical duty. You don't get to come out here and treat everybody like crap because bad things happen to you. That's not how the world works. If that's the case, then I should be first on the list to start cracking heads and being a bitch. But I'm not. And I get so frustrated with bad behavior being rewarded. We have got to stop rewarding people and praising people that don't deserve to be praised. There's a lot of good people out here that are trying to do positive things. And society just makes it impossible for them. And then they steal their hope. They steal their faith. And they spin on them and kick them to the curb. And it's not right. How many times have we seen a homeless man play a random piano in public and he's playing Mozart? I've seen tons of videos. If you looked at him from the outside, you would never know that there was a time that he had a whole family that loved him dearly and celebrated him and his talents, and that he was a, award-winning piano player. Everybody celebrated him when he was doing what he did, which was play music, because that's all they viewed him as. But then when he quit, they kicked him to the curb, and he was homeless. Y'all can go find what I'm talking about. That one guy, he was a great singer, wasn't he? Wasn't he like some kind of... There was another homeless guy they found, and he was like some singer, like a gospel singer. He sang real good or something. God's gifts being kicked to the curb. I have zero plans, and matter of fact, I might go freaking lay at the lake tomorrow. Because where else am I supposed to be, I can't be in a parking lot too long. I have to run all my gas out running around. Like, might as well go somewhere where I can just lay and be a freaking potato, I guess. I literally have zero, faith going on right now, hope for my whole situation. I kind of saw this coming. I should have gave up on the job search back in January. I should have gave up on the job search in January. I should have did something. I don't know. Go to the bank, ask for a loan. They won't give me a loan. I mean, I can take them a business model, a business plan, and get some kind of business loan at some high percent. Freaking, I don't need all of that. Any kind of business that I could start, I'm going to start from the ground up with, I'm not going to need a lot of overhead costs. Like buying and reselling stuff, you don't have to spend a lot of money to do that. You buy one big beautiful piece of furniture that needs to be refurbished. You take your time refurbishing it and you post it. You don't need a whole workshop unless you're doing multiple projects at a time, but I wasn't at the time. But I'm better off focusing on something else at this moment than going in circles. Like I said, I can go to Florida and dance. I can go to South Carolina and dance. But there's a 90% chance that I'm going to get stranded down there. And I'm already stranded here. So I don't think that it's wise to go, try to strip at yet another failed establishment. Part of the reason that I talked about my strip club experiences and I did so much digging and information and background research on these people was because I wanted y'all to see what I have to deal with on a daily basis. It's not normal. It's not healthy. It's not good for my mental health nor anyone else's. It's not a good environment, and I've known that for years, and I've wanted to leave for years. But when nowhere will hire me, and I have job interviews coming up, it's the only place that I can go in, make a little bit of money, have money to get to that job interview, and have money to live on. It's gotten to the point now, every club I've been in is so dead, there is no money. Everybody's on vacation right now. It is literally, other than Christmas, the worst time of year right now. Everybody is taking last minute vacations. Every strip club is dead. Every single one of them. Dead. So it is what it is. It's going to come to a point where you're going to sit in a strip club for 40 hours and you might make $50. Then you'll have one good week where you'll make $1,500, but the club will take $1,100 and leave you with $400. And then you'll set for another 3 weeks without making money because there's no customers. Screw that. I can be out here making content. I can be out here opening a business, going back to school, taking classes online, washing out my truck, washing my ass, working out. What you mean sit here? For free? No, thank you. But thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Yeah, and so I went to another club at a marine, like near the marine base or whatever, and freaking, they only have Instagram. I don't have Instagram. So I can't even fill out the paperwork through them because I don't have Instagram, and I'm not opening an Instagram. Jesus Christ. I mean, the assistant manager seemed really happy to see me. Like, they would be happy to have me there. He was really nice. He was like, yeah, just send pictures here and do this. And I'm just like, okay. I go to click on Instagram to click on their profile to scroll down their page, and it won't even let me get on there. And I'm just like, you know what? That's a sign from God. Sure is. Once again, if it's difficult and complicated from the start, just expect it to stay that way, honey. If you walk into a position and it's hell from go, things are rough from go, just expect it to stay that way, baby. I mean, I do have a lot of stuff in storage that I need to get rid of as far as furniture, old decorative stuff. It's just a hassle dealing with those people. The last time I sold stuff, oh my God. Y'all, I've met some crazy people on Facebook Marketplace. Y'all think I'm crazy? No, baby, I'm not crazy. I'm sane, okay? In comparison to Facebook Marketplace people. Y'all be on there selling literal trash on Facebook Marketplace. Literal trash they be selling on there. Wild. Wild. I need lipstick. Chapstick. Literal trash. Ugh. Hell, I'd probably waste more gas running around trying to sell stuff than I'd even make. As far as like, I've got like 2 bedroom sets, and I only need 1. The reason I had 2 was because I had 2 set up in my house. So I don't know. I've got this pair of Jordans too that are so uncomfortable, y'all. So uncomfortable. Literally the most uncomfortable shoes ever. $250 shoes. I've worn them a few times, but they are so uncomfortable. Some teen boy would love them. They're guys. I wear a lot of guys stuff, but I wear youths tennis shoes and like boys. And so they're youths, and they're brand new, but like, I don't want to go through the hassle of selling that stuff. I'm lazy when it comes to having to deal with the community like that, because Facebook Marketplace is wild. Wild. Well, I guess I'm going to run. In the morning, I have 2 or 3 places that I need to email. This lady says that if I wanted to come in and watch this cake, this flower, or it's a cake decorating place, but they are having you have to take their course to work for them. And she says that I can come in and set in on one of their cake decorating sessions. And I'm just like, lady, if I can't have a job. Why do I want to come and sit and waste my money and my gas going here and there and everywhere? Like, I ain't got time for that at all. Like, I don't understand people at all. They put up these job ads, and then it's impossible to get. You have to go online and fill it out online. I miss the old days. I hate technology. Maybe I'll wake up in a different mood tomorrow, but today is not my day, and it hasn't been. I'm so angry. So angry. But I love you guys, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm actually going to be doing a recap of 9/11 because I just feel like people have forgotten. So we're going to talk about 9/11, how it started, who the attackers were, what they personally were impacted by 9/11, and then we're going to talk about if or if not this guy who was just sentenced to life in prison instead of the death penalty, who's been waiting for 20 years to know his sentence, if he should have gotten the death penalty or if life without the possibility of parole is what is best for him. So we'll talk about that next week. I'll try to compile it a little better than the elevation, certain things like the screenshots and stuff, because I felt like I was learning with you guys, which is what I wanted with this channel. I want us to learn together, which was the purpose of the channel. So interesting that once again she branched out and was able to succeed because she touched on something that was kind of